guys, this is Azralynn with a quick review of Shadwen. Shadwen is a stealth action adventure where you must escort an orphan girl throughout your quest to kill the king. First off, I didn't like the entire premise of the story. You play as Shadwen and the game starts off with you on your way to assassinate the king. And right away you stumble upon this little girl named Lily where you're trying to enter the castle. If I'm an assassin, chances are I might be a sociopath, so I'm not sure why I would bother helping Lily. Then if for some reason I'm not a sociopath, and if I'm actually concerned for her safety, I sure as hell would not take her on my assassination quest that will certainly be really dangerous, and where she could be a liability to both her safety and mine. Either way I look at it, the story just makes no sense to me, and I think that there's other stories that they could have used that would have fit the escort stealth gameplay much better. Maybe like me trying to rescue the girl, not take her further into harm's way. Anyway, so onwards towards the king you go. You have to escort Lily through all of the guards by getting her from one hiding spot to the next until you reach the end of the level. Whether you kill secretly, blatantly murder the people in front of her, or don't kill anything at all, it does feel like you have some control over the outcome of the story. I like that there's choices, but I wish there had been more tools for taking the more passive route. Like maybe a way to knock out guards by hand without actually killing them. One of the main features of the game is that time completely stops when you do, but there is a toggle that you can use to let time pass normally. I felt like the time stop was more of a gimmick than it was actually useful. I left time passing normally on most of the time so that guards could pass quicker and drop aggro more quickly. You'll find crafting materials and schematics throughout the levels, and you have to make each tool for each time that you want to use it, with the exception of the grapple hook and the dagger. Most of the tools are lethal and the resources are limited, so you won't be using them that frequently. Mostly you'll just be using your grapple hook to pull yourself up higher and to create distractions by moving objects. Grapple hooking to climb up higher felt very awkward, and it would sometimes do really weird things if you didn't have perfect positioning. Often you would just hang there not being able to climb up anyway. When grappling objects to pull, you would have to move yourself to pull them, and it often led to falling off of narrow beams that you were perched on. Guards one-shot you if you're in sight long enough, and if they see another dead guard and raise the alarm, you die. On the bright side, you can rewind time whenever you mess up, so the game is very forgiving in that sense. It was certainly helpful throughout the first 11 chapters where I played as pacifist without killing anyone. Not killing anyone took a bit longer and it was much more difficult, but it also got very tedious since there aren't very many tools at all to knock out guards or distract them. The guards' dialogue gets very repetitive and annoying. They talk way too much, and for some reason they rarely, if ever, look up. You can also repeatedly grapple hook right next to them, right through them, and they'll completely ignore the rope. They'll walk right through it and only look at the point of contact. It really bothers me that the guards seem so oblivious. In the last 4 chapters of the game I started killing people in secret and hiding the bodies, but then a message popped up and said that Lily saw a maimed body, so I rewound the time about 10 minutes from when the message popped up, and I still couldn't find whatever it was she found. I'm not sure why the message came up so late, but I just said screw it and kept going anyway. The AI for Lily was inconsistent. She would usually just go on her own with no problems at all, and sometimes even lead me where I needed to go. Then other times she would run back and forth between previous hiding spots for no apparent reason. I would try to command her, but she wouldn't listen or stay, and it would get very annoying when it did happen. But luckily, it wasn't all the time. The voice acting was well done, especially in the pre-chapter conversations between Lily and Shadwen. The music was alright, but it didn't really stand out as being that great. The levels mostly felt and looked the same, with the exception of about 2 of the 15 chapters. There were also some texture issues throughout the game, and there were some very wonky animations, where several of the characters would behave very strangely, and it definitely hurt the immersion a bit. The game took me about 7.5 hours while playing mostly as a pacifist. There is replay value if you want to complete achievements or see the difference that your choices actually made, but for as much as I enjoy stealth games, this one does have a lot of annoyances for me. And it's not that I hated the game, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would either. I hope this review has helped you. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and post your feedback in the comments below. Thanks everyone, and have a wonderful day.